What's up, everybody? It's Pete from the basement, here to talk to you today about movies, animated movies, and everybody's favorite Canadian. So, let's start off. Today I talked to our good friend Eddie from California. You guys know him as Punk Funkin' Junk. He's been writing to us pretty regularly. Him and I have been kind of going back and forth with our Spider-Man collections, just trying pretty hard to finish them. He hit me up on Facebook and he let me know a pretty cool fact. Said for the last couple of months, I've been working as a post-production artist and archival comic book researcher on the film True Believer, the Stan Lee documentary. That is the first time I'm hearing about this, and frankly, I can't wait. Stan Lee is one of the coolest guys I've ever had the privilege of meeting, and he has been absolutely integral, as we all know, to the history of comic books as we know them today since the 1940s and 50s, and especially in the 60s. Eddie goes on to say that he works right next to Stan's company, and he gets to see the guy pretty regularly. I'm pretty openly jealous. You can find out more about the movie at www.truebelieverthemovie.com. You can bet I'm going to go check that out, and I can't wait for that movie to come out. It says it should be out soon, probably around November or December. They're just hammering out all the, all the legal stuff with Marvel, and hopefully we'll see that soon. I don't know if it's going to be in the movies, be straight to DVD. I'm sure the website will tell us, and we here at the basement will definitely keep you posted on that. Thanks, Eddie, for letting me know about that, and keep up the good work with the Spider-Man collection. Another thing I wanted to mention, that we got a good letter from a buddy of mine, Brett Tyson. Wanted to know, said, Pete, I just saw the Wolverine animated movie for the first time. I picked up the DVD, and got me pretty interested. So I went and picked up the last couple of issues of Wolverine, and needless to say, I was not that happy with them. I didn't really understand what was going on, and Brett, I'm not really that surprised. The last couple of issues of Wolverine, in fact, the last exact couple of years of Wolverine, the last 2 years have been absolute shit. It's been a long, dragged-out story, and it was not a good time for you to jump on to the title. Maybe now that maybe they can move past this horrendous Romulus story, maybe we'll actually see some improvement in the character. But Brett wanted to know, what kind of comic books can I get? What can I get to further my knowledge of Wolverine? How can I find out more about him? He's a cool character. What are some good Wolverine stories out there? So, I got myself a list in front of me right now. I did some research for you, and one thing you may want to pick up, it's about $25–30 on Amazon, is Wolverine Inside the World of the Living Weapon. This is pretty much just a hardcover documentary book on the life of Wolverine as we know him. It's pretty much got his entire history laid out, obviously scans from the comic books, different pictures from different artists, and just about his entire history since his first appearance in Incredible Hulk 181. So that's definitely something to pick up if you want to know all about Wolverine and what his deal is. If you just want to read some awesome friggin' stories, your best bet is to pick up, Marvel's been releasing these things called omnibuses for quite some time. Wolverine Omnibus #1 is a gigantic $60 book which collects a myriad of different Wolverine stories. Usually the omnibuses start to finish, so it'll be dated from his first appearance with the Incredible Hulk onto all of his next subsequent appearances in Giant Size X-Men #1 to his incursion into the team in X-Men '94. Excuse me, thank you, Ramon. And everything thereafter, from the beginning of his mini-series to the beginning of his ongoing series, and however much else they can fit into probably about a 300-page book. If you don't want to go spending $60, a couple of other side stories I can definitely recommend to you is Wolverine Claremont Miller, which you can find it on eBay exactly under that name. This is the Chris Claremont, Frank Miller storyline that reprints the Wolverine miniseries from numbers 1 through 4, as well as Uncanny X-Men 172 and 173. This details Wolverine's original fight in Japan, how he first meets Yukio, and one of his first encounters with the Hand. It's just a lot of ninja death and a lot of samurai stuff. It's a pretty cool Wolverine story that's not dealing with really super powerful mutants and things like that. This is just Wolverine being his honorable assassin self. It's a pretty interesting story. Another great story you definitely need to read is Wolverine Origin. I'm not referring to Wolverine Origins, which is the shit-ass comic book that's been printed for the past 3 years or so. I mean Wolverine Origin, the original 6-part miniseries where we finally learn that Wolverine's real name is not Logan, it's James Howlett. This details his entire childhood and everything that he doesn't remember, or didn't remember, up until the Scarlet Witch had her say, and, House of M and that shit. Excuse me. Wolverine Origin is a 6-issue series. You can get it in soft cover or hardcover. It shows why he's pretty much in love with Jean Grey. There was this girl Rose in his past that looks a lot like a certain X-Men redhead, and there's this other guy, Dog, who was his childhood friend turned enemy, who looks a lot like another big feral bruiser, one of Wolverine's archest enemies, who they actually never say if he turns out to be him or not. But we all have our suspicions. Maybe we'll get Wolverine Origin Part 2, and they'll, tell us some more about it. I don't want to spoil any part of that story for you. I definitely highly suggest going out and picking up that. Enemy of the State was reprints Wolverine, the modern series, numbers 20 to 32. You'll definitely want to probably pick that up. This details Wolverine getting killed by the Hand, being brought back to life as their chief assassin, and basically going out and murdering half the Marvel Universe. They take out just all the useless fucking cannon fodder heroes like North Star. They made a pretty big thing about him killing North Star because they used to be friends and everything, fellow X-Men. Nick Fury has to regain control of him. They have to unmind wipe him, and then he goes off and gets back at the Hand. It's an entertaining story. It's a lot of fun. There's guest appearances galore, and John Romita Jr. rather, really draws a fucking kick-ass storyline. Hey guys, Pete from the basement here, and I just wanted to let you guys know about a new application that you can download for your iPhone, your iTouch, and everything. According to our director Roger, a lot of you guys watch this on your iPhone and your iTouch and everything, and so Roger made a game for so you can download it at the Mac store. It's called Battlefleet, and basically you gotta sink your opponent's battleship before they sink you. It's like that old board game. It's a lot of fun. Roger says it's a lot of fun. And, it's cool. For only $1.99, you can get it right on your iTouch. So in between downloads or music or whatever, while you're on a train, you sit there and play the game. A lot of fun. It'd be great to download. I'm gonna go download it. I don't even have an iPhone. I'm gonna go download it anyway. Is that good?
Yeah, I guess so. Thanks, Pete.
All right. Wolverine Weapon X reprints Marvel Comics Presents number 72 to 84. This is the original, the very first appearance of Weapon X, and you find out how Wolverine got the adamantium in the first place, bonded to his skeleton. It details his secret spy days up in Canada, working for Alpha Flight and things like that, and his escape from the government facility out into the wild, and how he pretty much leading up to when he encounters the Incredible Hulk. If you're interested in some Wolverine backstory, Weapon X is definitely the way to go. God Loves Man Kills is an X-Men, we call it a graphic novel, not necessarily a trade paperback, because it's one collected story. It was printed in graphic novel form. This is the first appearance of Reverend Stryker. It is one of the best X-Men and Wolverine stories you will ever find. We have told you this before on the Basement Show. Go out and buy this book. You can get it on eBay probably for about $7 to $8. It is well worth it. Wolverine Not Dead Yet is an interesting story that I came across that I have not yet read. Reprints Wolverine 119 through 122, and it has Wolverine fighting this guy called the White Ghost, who is a throwback to Wolverine's spy days. He obviously thought he killed this guy, and like any good ghost, he's back.